Fat. We're the Phat Peeps.
Hey, peeps.
Go.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Phat Peeps podcast, episode 25.
Wow.
That's a lot of episodes, guys.
Yeah,
That's
we're-
more than 24.
Yeah, halfway to 50 and a quarter of the way to 100.
Wow.
That's some quick math.
Quick
there.
maths.
Quick maths.
I'm your host, guys, Joey, and I am here with the other Phat Peeps. I got cameraman John.
Hello.
I got PJ,
Hi, everybody.
aka Tech
I
3200.
interrupt people sometimes.
I got,
Hey, PJ.
it's fine. I got Garrick,
Hello.
aka Big Target.
Salutations.
And I got Sarah, aka Mermaid Sully.
Hi guys.
Whoa.
So today's episode's going to be a little different.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
not
Oh,
really
how
gonna talk
so?
about news or like video game subjects at all. We have a smattering of
Blasphemy.
topics, and we're just going to chill and
Oh,
discuss them.
God. Well, let me just chug this drink right now.
I'm nervous,
I know.
guys.
That's-
I gotta
We're
chug my White
also
Claw.
getting a little bevved up.
Because opening up is very stressful for us. Oh, it's so
Ah.
Even
Oh,
though,
jeez.
honestly, none of the questions are very personal.
I don't know about that. One of them
They're
is
not
pretty
personal,
Uh,
and they're very easily answered by a 5-year-old. So the fact that
Hey,
we're gonna...
5-year-olds don't have to worry about self-doubt.
I don't think a
Okay.
5-year-old has
Peer
anything to say
pressures.
about classic literature or customer service.
Ah.
No, I'm pretty sure.
I'm
when I was
pretty
a kid,
sure a kid
I had to
could say
deal
something
with-
about customer
Yeah.
service.
Like,
What's
oh, so
literature?
are we starting with that? Okay.
No.
Anyhow, Joey, explain
What-
the rules here.
What were
There's
the
rules now?
Well, there's
I thought
not
So
this
really
was
every,
rules.
chill.
There
every
weren't
time,
any
every
rules.
time we go on a tangent, we take a shot, right?
Okay,
No.
perfect.
No, that's not what's going on.
Oh,
There's
okay.
no
No.
rules. We've just brought
There's
us
no rules.
some topics,
No rules.
and we're going to talk about them.
Yeah.
Hey,
We're gonna chill.
Hey, Joey, our
So-
icebreaker question should be about games.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Yes, let's do this.
That is
yeah, let's do
hilarious.
this.
That's a fantastic
Okay,
question.
icebreaker question.
Or option.
What was your favorite favorite game when you were young? It doesn't even have to be a video game.
Wait, we need like a age cutoff.
Yeah.
Right, 'cause
So
every-
yesterday and before.
When you were cognizant.
But
Okay,
the
I
thing
have
is, like,
my
it's
answer.
like you have like levels of age, like from
How about
one
high
to five,
school and
you
before?
loved high school and before.
Yeah.
But then that's still like I have much different taste when I was in high school
Yeah,
than
like-
middle school.
Okay,
and much
let's
different
let's
elementary
restrict
school.
it to elementary school and before.
Fine.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to refine the question.
Okay.
the question.
Okay, go ahead,
Go
Joey.
for it.
What is a franchise, a video game franchise that like you super duper loved growing up that you just kind of like dropped off of and don't really care
That's
about
much
anymore?
better.
Ah.
question.
That's a way
Oh.
harder question for me.
No,
though.
that's
that's-
Oh,
yeah,
no, see,
super
let,
easy.
okay, let's bring it back. Bring it back.
That's gonna cause a lot of thinking. Hold on.
No,
Do
I
you
like
have
that
one,
one.
Joey? Maybe
I'll-
Joey has an example.
Okay, go ahead.
My example was going to be Sonic.
Oh,
Sonic.
I mean, it's
Sonic.
kind of an easy one, but like
Yeah, that's
I
true.
I really, really, really adore the Sonic Adventure series.
Yeah.
For all their like buggy faults or whatever, but like I've played Arena recently, and like I still think they control all right. And I really love the Chow Garden and stuff like that.
Chowker.
And then
But they are
the
trash.
and then the game that came out immediately after it was Sonic Heroes, and I got Sonic Heroes, and I was so excited for Sonic Heroes,
Yeah.
and it's garbage. It's
I remember-
so bad.
I
Even
remember-
as like an 9-year-old, I knew this was garbage trash.
Yeah, no, I remember renting Sonic, the Sonic Adventure, or what was it that you said? Sonic Adventure 1, the first one. With
The
Shocker?
first one, and admittedly, the first one is like a lot worse than the second one. It's like way buggier.
I never
way
played
jankier.
2, but okay, I remember renting
Two's
the
way better.
the first one, right? And from Blockbuster back in the day, and I rented it like 3 times in a row. Fucking love that shit. Ate it up. Then same thing. Went to go play Sonic Heroes. So stoked. I'm like gonna have a Garden 2. Game's gonna be so cool.
That
Blah
was
blah blah. I had it for a half a week, and I wanted to like no. I was like,
Oh,
where's my
no.
money?
that was like by far the most disappointing point. Right? Is
Yeah.
like leading up to it, like my little child head was like, what's the Chow Garden going to be like? I'm so excited for a new Chow
And it
Garden.
was just
And you get it, and there's no Chow Garden.
well,
and you're
not
like,
only
"What?
that, but the controls were trash
Why?"
too because you had teams,
Well, yeah, it
right?
plays like garbage. Yeah.
It was so
Wait, I'm
bad.
confused. What's a
And it
Chow
was
Garden?
like it was way better in Sonic Adventure 2 because you have all the characters, but they like play differently. So you have like gameplay differentiation between like the different levels.
Yeah.
Whereas like in Sonic Heroes, they have to try to incorporate everything
Yeah.
into one level, and it ends up just being janky and bad.
Well, that
But
and
that would
then-
set like a precedent going on for the Sonic series, where it was all just like downhill from there. Because then we got like 06 afterwards, which
well,
is
and then you'd
you
have
know,
people in the party like you'd have Knuckles and that Bat chick in the same party, and they have the same ability, a glide ability, and it's just like, why?
all the teams ultimately became the same.
Yeah.
So yeah, my answer is Sonic.
Wow, cool.
Sonic.
Okay.
Wow.
Sorry.
Very quick and concise, Joey. Thank
But
you.
what's a Chow Garden?
We're Sega fanboys.
It's
so yeah.
the Chow Garden is kind of like
Think of like a Tamagotchi.
Tamagotchi is kind of a good way of looking at it.
Yeah.
There's like little creatures that you hatch, and then you can like train. And
So it's Pokemon.
and so,
Sonic.
it's kind of like it's not really like Pokemon
Yeah.
because they're all the same.
Yeah, it's
and they don't
closer
like
to
evolve. And,
Tamagotchi.
Oh, that's lame.
yeah, they are chows, right? It is a Chow Garden. You know what a chow is. If
The
you saw a
dog,
chow, you would
the chow.
recognize it.
So
It's-
think of
Cream, the rabbit, has a chow named Cheese.
Viva
It's a little blue thing with the orb on its head.
think of Viva Pinata, but with
never-
everything being exactly
No,
the
Viva-
same, no mating, and then no building.
Wait, hold on. You can make pinata.
Yeah, you can make
Pinata
them.
Yeah, that's
Nata.
the whole,
Oh my
that's the whole
god.
point of pinata.
Oh wow. I have not played this game.
You need to play.
Wow.
I feel like okay. Now you have to put that on your list, John. Viva Pinata needs to be played on your stream. It is such a chill, fun game.
I
Yeah,
think
it's good
I
time.
used to play that.
It's such a
Wow.
good
I think it might be on one of the. I think.
Game Pass?
I think you can only get it
oh, God,
on
excuse me.
Oh, so rude.
on Xbox because you have to get it through a
lame.
rare replay. But I think that might be on Game Pass on Xbox.
Okay.
Anyway, let's keep moving. Somebody else.
Oh, cool.
Fire Emblem.
I like Zelda.
Oh, go ahead.
Zelda.
Yeah.
What? Wait, what? No, what? The question is, hold on. I'm gonna be pissed because the question is, what game you used to like? Oh, sorry, what franchise? Right? You used to love that
Franchise.
you don't
Yeah,
I don't
care
franchise
for
that you
anymore?
loved growing
you don't
up.
care for Zelda
Oh
anymore?
no, I
Girl,
still care about it.
girl.
You need to listen to the whole question. Okay, why you think yours out better,
Okay.
and I strongly emphasize the think it out better part.
So mean.
What? What?
No, I'm offended.
Me too. I'm offended. You should
What?
chose
Oh
Zelda.
my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna shut up. I'm going back to my corner. Okay.
No, just think of something you played as a kid and you like revisited it
hate.
later, and not that you
Ugh.
hate, but that it's like, oh, that wasn't as good as I
Despise.
thought it was.
Okay, Croc.
And like Zelda can be a fair answer, right? Because
Yeah.
No, but I
you
like
can
it
have
that I
Twilight Princess and then start to like not like the games as they come out with like Skyward Sword and stuff.
Why Twilight?
But then
Why would
no,
you
no, no,
choose
no,
Twilight
I-
Princess
Oh.
as the one that
Wrong,
people
I've-
like?
I've
people
always
like
liked
Twilight
Zelda.
Princess.
Yeah, I thought people did. I never played it. but I
I
thought people did.
felt like that was the bastard child, like some.
No,
really?
people love Twilight
Yeah,
Princess.
I
It's
was
like
the
the
one that
dark,
was the
gritty
bastard
Zelda that
child.
everybody wanted.
The cell shaded one, because it was
Yeah,
like,
that's
ew, it's
Wind Waker,
cartoony
the-
graphics, gross.
Well,
No,
You know,
Wind
Wind
Waker
Waker's
did
weird.
good.
No, it didn't.
Really?
people
The
were shitting on it,
remake,
yeah.
maybe.
The
No, 'cause-
remake did fantastic,
'cause-
but that's the thing is at the time when Wind
Yeah.
Waker came out, everybody was like, "What is this cartoony garbage? I want
Yeah.
my dark, gritty Zelda." And then they got Twilight Princess, and everybody ate it up.
Yeah, because when
Twilight Princess
the
didn't do too
GameCube came
hot.
out, they did a tech demo of Zelda with
Okay.
realistic graphics. And
We
it
did
was
not
like,
talk
oh my
about Zelda,
God,
'cause
we
it's
need
not
this.
even
Oh, yeah.
somebody's
All right,
answer.
True.
Am I
Yeah,
thinking
I'm,
of
I'm slightly
the
intoxicated.
one that came after it, like Flying Force or whatever the fuck it's called?
You're thinking of Skyward Sword, which
Oh.
is yes, garbage.
That was the one I was thinking of. Well, no,
Mm-hmm.
Twilight Princess, I couldn't get into. Anyhow, moving on from that, Fire Emblem was
What's
my
yours?
answer, which I was saying
What is
before.
this?
That's
Fire
weird.
Emblem.
Have you played the new one?
Which one is the newest one? I played Revelations.
3 Houses on the Switch.
I have not played that one yet. So that's barring that from my answer, and like I'm gonna say this with a grain of salt. I will
Grains of salt.
probably try going back to the series with a new one. So maybe 3 Houses. I wasn't a fan of Revelations, and then the one that was before that. I have it right here in front of me. Conquest. So and Conquest had two different versions of it, but I couldn't get into either of them as much as I would have loved to, and I played Shining. Oh, no, wait, was it Radiance? I think was for the game. The
For the Game Boy Advance, I think.
no.
Game Boy.
The Wii, I think it was for, or something like that. It was older, but it wasn't like old. It wasn't. Oh, you know what? It was GameCube. That's what it was. Anyhow, so that was my favorite one. But I loved the first two. And then the Dragon one did all right for me, Dragon Stones. But I don't know. It's just like as the game progressed and I got older, I was just like, there's something that's missing here. As I played more of them, and then I don't know. I think they just had a fluctuation in how good they were, because like Dragonstone's just I know that's not the actual title, but close enough. That one didn't do good in Japan either. For some god awful reason, they have 50 Fire Emblems, and they chose this to release one of the worst ones in America. So that's where it started going downhill for me. But Path of Radiance, I loved. And then the most recent two that I just told you about, I'm not too much of a fan of. So I got to try Three Houses, but that's my.
People
answer
really
to
like
that
Three
shit.
Houses.
Yeah, I think the console ones always, like the home console ones, always do the best, and I think it's just because they pack so much more into them, and the storylines a little bit better. I mean, it's a Fire Emblem story. It's blah 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 the queen, blah 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 the king. I'm
The
the
queen.
princess. I gotta go fight for the kingdom. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
It's
there are
always-
kingdoms and they're at war. Fight.
It's always the same
Wow.
fucking plot line. But anywho, yeah, I'll revisit it, but that's my answer in short, because it's a fantastic series. I still will recommend it to the cows come home, but it doesn't hit the same way that it used to when I was a kid. I have more fondness of it when I played it back as a child than I do now.
Wow.
Can I change my answer before?
Oh,
we
yes,
Yes,
you can.
Sarah,
Go
change
for
your
it.
answer.
So,
I really feel like I need to like redeem
yeah,
myself.
redeem yourself. Yeah, please do.
I'm waiting.
Okay.
Not in my eyes. You didn't say anything wrong in my eyes.
I'm gonna say Croc.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
I
Yeah.
can
Wait,
totally
what?
get that one.
Wait, what?
That was like a
Croc,
prime answer.
the
crocodile.
platformer from yeah.
Because
Yeah,
it was
I
on
don't
PC back in
familiar with it.
98, 7. It's an old game. It's older.
Oh,
But
yeah.
yeah, it was kind of like you jump across lava and random crap. You're jumping in the sky. It's full on platformer.
Okay, so it's like a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what was it to you? Like, what made you like it back then versus now? Which
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. My sisters played it, and then they're like, "Oh, you should play it." And then I liked it for a little bit, and then I was like, "Okay, this actually kind of sucks."
it's
Wow.
a bad game.
That's
so it's
when
really
I moved
recent.
on to Spyro.
Yeah.
No. Like,
Cool.
yeah, and then I moved on to Spyro.
Nice.
Spyro is a much more well-formed game. It came out much later, but it definitely has better platforming elements than Croc. Croc was legit just floating platforms that you jump to, and then you.
That sounds like typical '90s platformer.
Yeah, well, it's actually kind of interesting because I don't remember how exactly it worked out, but I want to say that there's some lineage between like Croc and I want to say like the 3D Mario games, where like Nintendo had Argonaut, the development team of Croc, come in and like prototype for them,
97,
then they
damn,
were-
I was right.
they were basically like, okay, cool, thanks, and then like didn't use their stuff and then like made their own game.
It was a Fox Interactive game. What? That's crazy to me. I forgot Fox had like a game publishing sector. Whoa. Anyhow,
Interesting.
that's such like a deep cut though, babe, for you to choose Croc, because I feel like a lot of people don't even know what the hell it is. So
Well, cause I don't know. I'm just OG like that.
there's gamer girl points
Wow.
for you. You actually got some tonight.
Well,
I mean,
little
technically, she
fella.
never revisited it, recently, so it doesn't really answer the question. But we'll pass. It'll
Oh
pass.
my gosh.
Well,
Okay,
It's fine. It
well,
works.
It's
It's
a
fine.
good
It's
answer.
Somebody else go.
Actually, a really good answer. Go ahead.
I guess I'm the last one. I've been like while you guys were talking, I've been trying to think
John
of a
didn't go at
way
all.
to answer this
Yeah,
question.
John has a
Oh,
gun.
and, well, John too. I
Down
like
with
I
goalies.
I was gonna
Answer.
say so many, but is
So many, wow.
GTA a good answer?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
GTA is a
played
fine answer.
I
Sure,
played GTA back in the day when they were simpler times, like the PS2 games.
Yeah, my dad played that a lot, and it
I think
just it wasn't that good.
right? GTA 3, I think. And then Vice City was really good. And then that's the last game I played. And then
Oh, dude, San
after
Andreas,
was it good?
the best. Yeah, it
Nice.
was the best.
And then now experiencing what this Frankenstein of a game is that
Well, have you played
GTA
the
5.
single player?
A little bit.
Okay,
It's
So-
fine. It's
it's
just
fine.
kind of
Single player, it feels like
Okay.
GTA.
fine. It's just
It's fine.
kind of
Like yeah, like my answer is still the same. I don't think I'd ever come back to that.
yeah.
still.
I mean it.
I got my fill back in my day.
And I agree with you that like I feel like the new GTA's don't have the same character that like
Yeah.
the PlayStation 2 trilogy did.
Yeah. And see, I can say that same thing for a bunch of other franchises. Like, I honestly enjoyed Super Smash Bros. Back in the day.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it was a simpler. Those games were simpler, straightforward. You didn't have like
5,000
hundred character roster that you had to choose from and
That's
get good at
all
and know
Fire
how to
Emblem
counter.
characters.
Exactly. Like,
Uh,
why?
Yeah. I'm on the opposite of that. I much prefer having hundreds of characters to choose from because then like everybody has
Just
an
cut
option.
out all of the Fire
That's-
Emblem characters
Oh,
except
Oh yeah,
for
it's like
2.
no, I don't mind.
No,
100
the Fire
characters.
Emblem characters are my favorite.
I want unique
But
characters.
why have 10 characters
They're
that
all
all
the
wield
same. They have-
swords?
Yeah.
Because they're all different.
No, they're
Yes,
not.
they're all
Well,
swords.
oh
Yes,
wow,
they're
they're
all
different
sword mans.
colors.
No. Well, okay. So, yes, I will agree with you that like Lucina, Marth, Crom, those
Who
are
are
all the
they?
same character,
Roy.
right? But like
Right.
Roy, yeah. But at least Roy has like a weird element of having.
Oh,
the
he has the red
bonus
garb.
He
damage,
has blue
right?
hair.
But like
Wow.
Ike and Robin are
Who?
valid characters that like deserve to be in the
Ike.
game.
Wait, I
because
is that
I-
the guy who goes chicken fire? Chicken fire.
Chicken
No.
Fire.
You mean you mean
Yeah.
He works for El Pollo
No,
on the
you're-
side.
Ike.
you're
right?
thinking of Ness.
Oh,
who
Ness.
does- and it's
Oh,
PK
And he's
yeah.
not saying Chicken
Alright.
Fire.
I don't.
They
wait,
definitely
I don't,
say no.
What game is he from?
From Oddworld, or what it's called. Oddworld.
Oddworld? Never heard of it. I just played him and I was like, he's weird.
No, ever since 64
I don't think it's
Smash
Oddworld.
Bros, I've always heard him say chicken fire, and
I think
no one
it's
can change
yeah.
my mind.
PK
It's
Fire.
always
It's
chicken fire.
100% PK fire.
This is not
Oh.
PK. What the heck does PK mean?
fire.
PK
makes no
Thunder,
sense.
PK Fire.
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
What does PK stand for? That makes no sense.
It like
Google it.
the letters PK.
Psychokinesis.
Yeah.
Why would you be? No. No, I'm staying with my
Chicken
reality.
Fire.
Yeah.
Shit's chicken
Okay,
fire.
then okay,
I
so
don't know,
how do you
like,
justify
to-
Chicken Thunder?
Exactly, chicken thunder. Chicken
sound-
thunder. Like
It
that.
sounds better. But
Okay, chicken fire. That's exactly
the
how it
only
goes every
the
time.
only-
I just
the
imagine
only
him
reason
wearing
why I say like I reminisce about the olden days is because
Maybe
I
it's a
feel
simpler
like
time,
it
you
was
know?
a nice homage to like the childhood games of my time.
Oh yeah, because it's like you're playing with dolls. Like the whole like
I
cutscenes and
imagine-
stuff was.
I imagine him
Nintendo
wearing
characters,
a
though.
Chick-fil-A hat now every time he says it.
I can just hear
Um,
John saying chicken fire in my head now. Like it's just
Yeah.
like repeating in
Wow.
my head. It's funny.
It's like where you ruin a song, like how PJ ruined songs.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
Yeah, you
Oh
ruined
my
it. It's not
God, all the
PK.
time.
I
It
will
won't
say
be
that I agree with you there, Garrick, where I wish that they would have maintained that like toy aesthetic that the original game had, because they even
Yeah.
kind of get rid of it by Melee. It's still kind of there in like the figures, but like in like the original N64 game, it was very clear that like these are like action figures or like
Yeah.
dolls that somebody's
And you're-
playing with.
And the
Yeah.
fighting itself is like your imagination.
Yeah, and it's like the
Mhm.
last boss is your hand. You know, it's
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
That's you
I-
controlling.
I forgot
these
about
dolls.
Okay.
what's his face.
Oh man.
Um,
Last
Alright.
person, let's go.
All right, John.
wait,
It's me.
I just want to point out
What,
one more thing
yeah.
before we move on. I'm watching Croc gameplay. Just going back to
Oh,
that
no.
for 2 seconds. It reminds me of Glover. That's the other thing. Or the first thing.
What, Glover?
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's an actual platformer.
That's a good
Second
game.
thing is, Croc
Glover.
wasn't a bad game, and it was really
No,
cool.
it's Glover, John.
But
Glover.
it suffered very
Glover.
heavily from bad camera angles and depth perception issues. That was my point.
Oh, I think I've seen this character before, Glover. Okay.
I just wanted to.
I totally forgot about Glover, by the way, PJ.
Yeah, you owned the
that's a
game.
good
I used to play it at your house all the time.
Uh,
John, go ahead.
I like how it was my answer, but PJ's like into it.
Yeah,
anyway.
because Croc
you
was
know-
a thing in my past. I loved that game.
Oh,
John, go.
PJ.
Bad.
You know who destroyed my childhood?
Who, John?
Atari. Atari can go fuck themselves. They destroyed Roller Coaster Tycoon series. That was
Oh,
my
dude,
childhood.
right?
oh, so true.
Have you
I
seen
want-
Roller Coaster Tycoon World?
No.
I agree with you, John.
Garbage. And they also tried before there's a whole bunch of drama between for Roller Coaster Tycoon World.
Oh my god.
But they
Get
they
the
were like,
behind the scenes
well,
of John.
we can't get this game up, so let's do a scammy what is it called, the crowd funding. I'm doing a drunk rant right now, but I'll keep it short. Fuck Atari, you ruined Roller Coaster Tycoon.
It's like
I
PPTV
agree
behind
with
the
you
scenes.
100%, John. That is,
Like,
and same with SimCity too.
Oh,
SimCity
that's EA.
franchise
I feel like-
That's a different
like
company, but
messed
Yeah.
up.
Sim has just gotten to the point where it's just like it doesn't feel good anymore. I played.
Oh, and Sims.
Yeah, Sim
Ugh.
is bad.
Well, Sim has
Sims is
always
fine.
been.
It's just like overly monetized
You have to
now.
spend like
Yeah, I was about to
$5,000 to
say.
buy all expansions.
Oh,
It's
true.
always been like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
But it's
they
still a
were
good
one
game.
of the first that did that, but it's just gotten so disgusting at this point. It's just like
Yeah.
you don't even have a game when you first buy it. You literally
Well,
just have a
it's gotten
character.
worse.
It's just like you
Yeah.
bought a character, now go buy the clothes and all the other
Or-
In
parts.
an empty house.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of It's weird, but I kind of get it. It's
No.
almost like buying a Barbie, right?
Yeah.
It's like you buy your doll and you buy the doll house, right? But
Yeah.
then you need to buy her car.
Yeah, but how much
and you
is
need
the
to buy
base?
the business set, and
Yeah.
then you need to buy the restaurant set.
It's a full game,
Yeah.
PJ.
Yeah.
Like-
But what sucks is that at least for Sims 4, Sims 3 was
I
completely
don't
open
ag-
world. Your sim can
Right.
go
So
wherever
that's
they
the
want in the
thing.
world map. But then Sims 4, they decided to make it small, so you can't
Yeah.
just wander out of your house. You have
Yeah.
to like load to
That's
a new.
the main
Sims
thing.
3 and before
And
was best.
I think Sims 3 like perfected that kind of life sim, where
Yeah.
Sims 4
And then
went
EA
back to
got
the
money
weird Barbie
grabbing.
doll. Yeah.
They tend to strip features constantly.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the decision was to like strip the open world aspect out
so
of Sims 3, but like
the excuse was that the new emotion system was too process heavy, that they can't have that propagate throughout an entire open world. That's their
so
excuse.
get rid of the emotion system.
Yeah, I don't believe it. But yeah, so that was their excuse, at least back when everyone was complaining about it. I don't know what their
Because
excuse is
really
now.
what it comes off as like a reason to cut out portions of gameplay and then sell
Yeah.
it back to you later.
But
Anyway.
with the current game engine, they can't do that open world. So it's like it's at least
Yeah.
that's what they claim. So it's like you can't even
Yeah,
do
but
that in
it's like
expansion.
it feels like there's not even like the other maps, right? Where it was like in Sims 3 you would like go to work and your character like would physically go to work and it was like a different map. And like now
in
even
Sims
if
3,
it wasn't
yeah.
like a building that you like went in and interacted with, it was like a building that your character went into. And now it's like your character just like goes to work and you sit there and look at the empty house
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
it's just kind of weird.
And they have expansions where they turn that rabbit hole game job into like an actual job. But yeah, it's kind of like you've done so many games that should have been improved. But yeah,
Okay,
but
we're gonna move
Wow.
on
we're gonna move on.
off of our icebreaker topic to our first actual topic.
Wow. This is so
And-
weird.
No,
PJ.
what's the news?
Here's the news. PJ has a topic.
Oh wow.
Go on, PJ.
What?
Oh. So what's your worst customer service experience, either as a customer or as an employee dealing with the customer?
Oh God, wait, what?
I'm just intrigued. I guess I'll start it out since it's my question. So there's been only one customer that I've ever had that sticks in my brain consistently. That I call her the one that broke me.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
She was there with her daughter. She was a
Oh no.
complete and utter like full on Karen. Like she was a maxed
Oh
out level
no.
Karen.
And this was before the Karens, right?
This was
The
before the
Karen.
Karen meme. If
The Karen
The-
Knuckles.
Level
wow.
99
years
The
ago.
Karen.
OG Karen.
Karen Knuckleblix.
So
Karen, the unnamed Karen.
it was actually in customer service for me in our return area. She was trying to return a belt and a bra, and the belt we found out towards the end because I was talking with like people that worked in the department was a part of a dress. So she was trying to return a belt that didn't even like wasn't a its own entity, and she's trying to return a bra that had deodorant marks and looked like it had been used for 3 or 4 years, right?
Nice.
And so she's
Hot.
pushing us to
Sounds so
return these things, and I'm calling for help to try to get like someone to look and see if they can find the belt. The woman that's in the department is telling me this is a part of a dress. The woman screaming
what?
at me, telling me that I'm telling her she's lying, that it's not a belt she bought there. And she's screaming at my coworker, telling her that she's making stuff up. And then I'm saying I can't return the bra because there's nothing, like no lettering on it whatsoever, for me to be able to look for it. And she's saying that I won't take her returns and that we're making a fool out of her and she's lying. And her daughter's telling her to stop yelling at us. I get customer service from corporate on the phone with her because she said call them because she wanted to complain about me. She's complaining about me over the phone, screaming at the top of her lungs. The person on the phone is basically telling her off, which I thought was awesome. And I took the phone back from her and she's just like, sorry, I'm not going to handle her. And then I said, well, here you go. She has to hang up. She has to go move on to the next customer. And the woman's telling her my name and the other person's name. And she asked for the person over the phone's name and their employee number and all this other shit. And I kept going into the office telling my managers someone needs to talk to her. She's going ballistic out here. And my managers didn't want to come out because they knew who she was. And it's just like, it was just an entire shit show. It was 45 minutes to an hour of me just getting reamed by this woman. And so, like, it was the first time I ever had to just get up. Like, I looked at my coworker that saw the whole thing. I said, I'll be back. I went into the bathroom and I cried for 15 minutes.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Because
Oh my
I
God.
just there was so much stress. I was shaking. I came back out and my manager finally came out afterwards. And, like, I almost took a whole lunch break because, like, I was just that fucked up.
Oh wow.
So that woman really was the first one that's ever did that to me on that level. And it was ridiculous. And of course now with way more experience, I've put up with way more shit over the years. I would have known how to handle it better. That was me, like, this is my first job. I've only been doing this for like a year or so. First real job. I've done customer service for a while, but yeah, so like looking at it now, I would have just told her, this is the facts, this is what you can do, you can go shove this up your ass, go away. Like,
Oh wow.
completely different mindset because I've dealt with women exactly like her
Oh my God.
recently, and I've diffused the situation before I got to that point.
Oh wow.
So
I feel like this question is PJ's chance to
Yeah,
finally
no, it's
vent
like-
about.
I had to vent
that
about
one
this woman,
event,
this
the
anger that's
life-changing
been
event.
in.
Finally, I can tell people.
I
gonna
felt
put
a
you-
weight
finally
lifted
came
off
up.
my chest.
We're gonna have to charge PJ for
Oh, I hope you feel better now, PJ.
Yeah, no.
Don't let that Karen ever
All the
bother
anxiety
you.
has left
ever
my
again.
body.
It just, yeah. I just saw it. I don't even see you. I just saw
That
it. Like,
woman
Yep.
legit
into the sky
broke me
like
that
dust,
day.
space dust.
I didn't think there was ever possible because my mom's a difficult person, and I've seen her like the way she
Oh my God,
treats people. in customer service sector, and it irritates the crap out of me because like that's me. That's what I have to deal with. So,
Hey, that's me.
and she's done customer service her whole life too. So the fact that she acts that way bothers me. So I honestly will not go to a store with her when she's doing a return anymore. Period. Like I will interrupt her or I will do the return for her because I will not allow her to treat someone that way.
Or walk away.
Or walk like I sometimes
That's what
have to
I
if she
do.
won't let me just handle the situation for her. And so and it sucks because I feel bad for that person. I feel for them. I've been in that situation before. But yeah, so that's what broke me because I felt like I was stuck in a situation where I had no control over it whatsoever. I'm kind of intrigued for your guys' stories though.
Oh, well, you're gonna
Uh,
be disappointed.
yeah.
Well, no, but that's why I
Oh,
said
well,
from your standpoint as a customer or an employee. I've never had a bad experience to the point where I felt like I was fucking just livid as a customer because I don't
I've
care
been
that much as a customer.
I've been a part of quote unquote worst customer experiences working at the pet store as a dog trainer. But the cool thing is because I wasn't a manager or supervisor, if somebody was giving me an issue, I would always say, "Oh, hold on really quick. Let me get you my manager." And I would just walk away from the situation.
Well, and I
That's
wasn't either.
how
I
I
was just
dealt
a
with it.
normal employee at that point. Like now I'm still not a supervisor or manager, but like I've been there for so long, they allow me to deal with it up to the point where it's just like this
Yeah,
person's
but it's not your pay
unbearable.
grade. They're
Right.
not paying you, so it shouldn't be your issue.
Right. No, and I get that.
And that was my mentality.
Mm-hmm.
But like so okay, so
That's a
what
good
what did
mentality to
you
have.
see or
Yeah.
what was like were you a part of?
Um excuse me. I need to return this. And then I would like to buy it again for the discount or something
Oh,
like
that's
that.
every single day, like every other minute for me.
I like, and then it really depends. It just escalates. So honestly, I don't have a memorable worst customer service experience because I didn't want any of it. It wasn't my problem. It wasn't. I'm not getting paid to deal with these people, and if I were to, I would have been liable for the answer that I would have given them
Well,
as a dog trainer. Like,
right.
what point of authority do I have to say nope, yes, nope, yes? So let me
Right.
get you my manager. So my hands are washed of this situation. So
Yeah.
I can't. That's all I can contribute to this question, honestly.
When in doubt, bail out.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think it has a lot to do with like the leniency you have on customers. If you have a really strict return policy and it's like stated in bold print right there,
Oh,
like
we
no,
have. Hey, we have a strict return policy too. But
no, ours isn't
I.
strict, is what I'm saying. It's very
Oh.
lenient on the customer. It's very like the
Oh.
customer's right. It's fine. Whatever you do with the clothes.
Yeah.
Like we've had people return stuff from like way past. Like I can't talk too intimately about the details because it's like it's not in my jurisdiction. But like
It's a legal matter, y'all.
yeah.
Legal
You're
matter.
a legal
So I'm
matter.
not going to talk much beyond that, but I'm just saying like it's very laid
Wait,
back.
there's no customer employee confidentiality clause.
Well, no, I
stuff.
can talk about like experiences I had with a customer. I'm just saying like
Oh.
I can't talk about stuff that we do like
Oh,
internally.
like the
Yeah,
like
you
the
can't really talk
cold
about
stuff.
corporate
Actually,
policy.
tell me about
That's
your
like
corporate
NDA'd.
policies so I
Right,
can
so
take advantage of
Coles, I am
Go-
not
go
telling
on.
anything
Go
right
Not
here.
sponsored.
it.
I haven't said anything that is against the my working contract with you. That's where I'm
Allegedly.
leaving it.
I mean, pretty much what I heard is I can wear underwear for 3 months. What was it?
Mhm.
And return it. Got it.
No.
I'll
Yep.
write that note
Yeah,
to
but like
myself.
you do have a point where like the leniency allows people to like
Take
think that they
advantage.
can get away with more than they really should
Right.
be able to get away with.
And
I find
So
that
they
annoying.
fight,
Yeah.
right? Whereas like if you have like a super strict
Yeah.
policy
Did
about
you wear
returns,
this underwear, ma'am? No, you
yeah,
cannot return it.
it's like
It's just
you have to have the receipt, you have to have the tag.
it's convenient, but
There
it's a
can't be
dual-sided sword depending on the person. That's
yeah.
the
Right.
rough part.
I
And
don't
it's
know.
only going to benefit the people that are going to be extreme about it.
Well, it's
a
it's
known
the,
person
like the
customer.
mentality of Kohl's is to make the customer happy. That way, you can retain that customer.
Right.
But like, it depends on other retail stores. Like working at a pet store, like if you're past whatever, I guess it was 30 days or something. I'm sorry, I can't help you. And you
Yeah.
also need the receipt. If they don't have the receipt, who's to say they stole? Like, what if
Exactly.
they stole something from the other pet store
Mhm.
and brought it
Right.
here and tried to return it? So it's just like a
Yeah.
liability thing, and
Yeah.
I'm not going to deal with that. And
And I think there's like a difference in like the types of stores that we're talking about here, right? Where like
yeah,
a pet store, you don't really just like walk into a pet store and browse around for stuff, right? Like at like
Mm,
a
If
I
you
mean
have a
you
pet,
could if you have a
You
pet, sure,
underestimate
but I mean
people's
mhm.
in the sense of like
need to buy
like
random shit.
Cole or like any like department store where we're talking about like clothing or like other random, you know, like some house goods and stuff like that. There's a lot of people who will just go there to look around and buy random junk,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, it's
That they
reasonable.
don't
Sometimes it doesn't fit.
sure, but like my point is like
Oh.
those stores
Ah,
have much more of a like vested interest in getting those people in the store in the first place, right? And like making it so that they have a favorable opinion of the store, so they'll want to just come there and spend their money, right?
yeah.
And I think that's why they're so lenient about policies like that or about like returns.
Right.
Whereas like
It's not a
when we're talking about like
necessity.
a
Yeah.
pet
That's the
store,
problem
right?
with it.
At a pet store, you have two elements, right? You have one element where like depending on what they're giving you back, you could be like giving this to your pet and you don't know what they've done with it.
Oh, we've returned open packages and stuff. So
Well, then the company
it's
eats it. That's the
Well,
thing.
yeah,
yeah,
the company eats the like risk at that point,
And
right?
it's
yeah,
They're saying that like we've done the math and we'll just take the cost if we do get hit with some kind of lawsuit or like
no. What I'm saying
uh,
is like you get an open package and then they eat the cost of the product. They don't
yeah.
necessarily
oh, you
give
Well,
it
mean they're
back
just
if
like
out.
it's
get rid of it?
Right.
no, yeah, we throw it away because
Yeah,
it's
you
open.
can't.
We
Yeah,
can't
there's nothing you
resell
can
it.
do
Oh, I
with it.
assumed you were
But
like
if
Amazon and
if
like
there was
and,
like roaches or bugs or something, then obviously like it's easy. Just bring the food back in. Or if the fish came back dead, like or dead on arrival
Yeah.
within like
There's
the first
clear black
day
and white
or something, just
things,
bring it back in.
obviously,
Yeah.
but then you get into those gray zones, and that's what makes the job difficult is figuring out how to navigate those.
Yeah. So my answer would be, hold on, let me get my manager for you.
No, but
If it's not black and white, I'm not getting it's not in my job description.
To figure
Screw
out
you.
Well,
what
yeah, because
the gray
Let me get
areas
my
are.
manager.
Yeah.
you're also in that situation, not necessarily like a retail employee.
Yeah,
You're
no,
like
I'm
you're just a
actually
dog trainer.
no.
well,
Mm-mm,
there's that, and then
Oh, are
no.
you
you
don't have a
retail?
dedicated.
I'm frontline. I am
Okay.
frontline as well.
Right, no, but what I'm
Okay.
saying is like pet stores don't have a dedicated return center.
Yeah, we deal with everything. But
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like
I think
that's the difference between what you do and what I do, or what you did and what I do. Is my whole entire job description at this moment is to take care of people that are trying to do a return. And there's a lot of gray zones there because like everyone's return is different. A lot of like 92% of them are just simple boom in and out. But then you run into the other issues where there's like callbacks on a product or whatever. Like and like there's
yeah,
issues that are known and the customer had this problem or this issue. Like there's so much involved
yeah,
with it.
that other 10% that aren't like run of the mill returns, that's where you get your manager. It's the same thing with me. Like that's the 10% I'm talking about. It's not
But
like,
those are
oh, there's a return. Oh, and I don't know, like this is different by like a little bit of what I'm used to. Let me get my manager. No, it's not me being lazy. It's me not dealing with the people who are arguing this even though it's part of our policy, and it's not me to say, oh, this is a part of our policy. Or if I said this is part of our policy, which I probably have did, and they're still not getting it, then I hand them off to the manager.
but
It's
those
the
are
problem
those are
children.
easy. like not even 10% of them. There's 1%. Because once you learn how to handle someone and you talk to people, and it's like you talk to them, you don't like talk with them, you don't question it. You tell them this is it, and this is something that I've realized recently is you tell them this. The only people that are going to question that is less than 1% of them.
Yeah.
And
And I agree.
simple as
Like
that.
this is so I'm always willing to reason with them. So if they're thinking that there's something wrong or like they think they need this return based on their circumstances, I would always say, "Yeah, sure. Hold on, let me get my manager."
How many like
He's staying within his pay grade.
yeah.
Exactly. No matter
many-
what, like if it's out of the ordinary, I'll still get the manager because I don't want to be liable for that.
Well, and ultimately, like it progresses the issue to where it's going to get to eventually anyway, right?
Yeah.
Because like a lot of the
eventually it's gonna matter.
time, these people like won't take answers from a
Mhm.
regular employee.
Exactly.
So you just need to get the manager right out like from the get go.
Right.
Especially-
Like
And, you know,
that was my policy when I worked at the golf course. Like if anybody came to me about something, it was immediately like, let me give you the manager's card.
Right.
Let me put you in
That's-
contact because I can't do anything about it for you.
Mhm.
right. Yeah, no,
And
that's
what they
exactly
want.
not my
it.
job.
If they want someone that can do
Yeah, if
something
they
for
bring
them.
it up
It's like, if you
instantly
can't-
where it's like, I want something more than you can do, yes, of course you pass it on. That's what I'm saying though. Like a lot of the time, there's a misconception that it's like, oh, why can't you do this? I'm not going to pass directly over to a manager when it's like when I'm simply asked a question. I can easily explain it and say like, this is why, this is the reason why this is here, this is the
Yeah.
reason why this happens.
But PJ,
It's very
think
easy.
I think we're going around in circles because
Yeah.
we're forgetting the
Yeah.
question. Worst customer service experience people,
Right.
not
So I'm waiting.
general return like run of the mill
Your
people.
day to day fucking
Like
hassles
I guess
of working
I think
customer
what we're
service.
finding out right now is
It sounds like
I
no one had
have
any.
a higher percentage of people that I'll dish over to my manager because I have no patience for people who can't read our policy or listen to me when I tell them this is not.
Well, like I said,
Well,
mine
in
was
our
an
policy.
extreme
it's-
though. The one that I said as
And-
an example was an extreme. That's the worst person period I've ever had to deal with in my life.
Also, I think we're missing something here in the sense that PJ works in customer service,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
It's like a lot of the time, these people that he's dealing with, he is the person who has to deal with them, right?
Mhm.
And it's like he can only really pass it off to a manager if something gets out of hand. But otherwise, he is the front line against.
That's what I was
the people.
making the point of. Like, it's a difference between being a return center and being a person that happens to take returns occasionally. There's a big difference between the two, and especially when you're like a lead of that department.
Anyway, other people have to answer.
Right, I'm waiting
Okay.
for
Yeah,
that.
PJ,
No,
stop
Jesus.
stop plugging the time.
Well, go ahead, John. I'm waiting.
Oh god, I haven't thought this through. Oh
Don't
jeez.
complain then.
Oh,
Babe, I know you
jeez.
have one. Go for it.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go with the first thing I thought of.
Nice.
Because I've worked in retail for a while before this new job. So I'm gonna take you all back to my dog groomer days.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Whoa.
I had just gotten out of grooming school. I was still like working on my confidence as a groomer, and this lady brought me two of her Yorkies, and I made sure I was very thorough with exactly like the cut she wanted, how short she wanted the dog's hair, everything. And I felt super confident in it. And I got both of the dogs done. They both looked great. I had my manager look over the dog. Well, my not my manager, but my salon manager. And she's like, "Yeah, they look good." And so the lady comes and picks them up. And she seemed a little like she told me she really liked them, but she seemed a little like sketchy, like something was going to go down. And like she walked out and I was like, "Okay, something." Like I told my boss, like she said that she was happy, but she asked me about the price or something. And so she goes out and
Uh-oh.
tells the store manager that she
Oh.
doesn't like the haircuts.
Oh
Uh-huh.
no.
And I didn't know that this happened yet, but then she calls the salon and asks for me and goes, "Hey, I just wanted to apologize. I did love both haircuts. You did fine. I just wasn't going to pay for it." And
See, that
I
makes
was
it even
like,
shittier.
okay. Yeah,
Mhm.
and so I didn't know what to say to her. Like what I wanted to say I couldn't
Go
say,
fuck yourself.
you know. Yeah.
Oh my god.
And
Did she
so I
even
was
tip
kind of
you?
no. That's a whole other thing.
Wow.
And so I was kind of just like standing there in shock. And then my store manager comes to the back. He's like, "Sarah, what happened?" And I told him, I was like, she literally is on the phone right now telling me that she liked the haircuts. She just didn't want to pay for them. And he said, "Give me the phone." And then he talked to her. I don't know. He ended up walking out of the salon. So I don't know what the conversation was, but we banned her from the salon after that.
Nice.
But it totally broke my confidence as a dog groomer after that because I
No,
was
but
like,
it
what if
shouldn't have though.
It shouldn't
Because
have.
she just
She
said
likes
she
it.
liked
Yeah.
She's
it.
just a whore.
She
She's just
Yeah.
a bad.
but I kept grooming you guys. It's not like I
No, I
quit.
know,
But
but like it shouldn't have hurt your confidence at all at that point, right? When she called you back and told you like, "No, I really did like it. I'm just a cheap slut." Like that should have
Oh my god.
automatically
Hot.
Oh my god.
like
well, my first thought was I'm gonna get in trouble.
well, but you didn't.
Like, cause I know I didn't, but my first thought was I'm gonna get in trouble because this lady didn't like the haircuts, and now I'm gonna have to like take a step back and watch my salon manager groom for some time or whatever. I just like I don't know, a million thoughts went through my head, but yeah, I that's like my first like thought when I heard the question. But
I always find it funny because like I feel like in retail squares now, like whenever someone complains about someone and says, "I'm gonna call corporate on you," it's almost more like a laughable thing because it's just like I feel like there's a lot of protection, and I'm not saying that it's a good thing that it's a laughable thing. I think it's sad in some experiences because I've definitely been on a seen an experience where an employee was poorly treating a customer, but that employee is immune because they've been there for a while or whatever.
Or like not even employees treating customers badly, but like employees treating other employees badly.
That too.
Or like a manager who's just terrible, right? And like you'll have multiple employees make calls to corporate, and all they do is like send a fucking company man out who takes them out to lunch to give them a slap on the wrist and tell them to stop. And then it's just the same,
Right.
just more of the same.
Right.
Like they don't actually solve any issues.
Right.
If anything, your manager got a free lunch for being a dickhead.
yep.
I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
everything's a little convoluted there. Do you
Yeet.
have a particular story, Joey?
No, I don't really have any particular stories that come to my mind right off like the top of my head. I've never worked in like retail, but I've worked in kind of like retail adjacent.
Oh, wow.
Like I've worked cash registers and sold things to people, right?
Right.
I used to work at a baseball field and did concessions for like basically like private baseball league tournaments.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, you'd have a lot of like it's private league, so like it's all like rich people and stuff like that. And man, you would be surprised at how uppity people get over the price of candy and stuff like that.
Bring your own
People
damn
who
candy.
like clearly have money, right? And like that's the thing that I feel like I've noticed in my life about like particularly well-off people is they're so stingy, right? Like I had a friend growing up, or not really growing up, but like in high school, whose family is like really well off, and like they like if he had like a birthday party or something, they would make like all of us like his friends bring our own food and stuff.
What?
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like they wouldn't like spend money to provide anything for the party.
But you
or,
had to
like,
bring a gift for their
pizza party?
child.
I mean,
It's
not
a
necessarily.
birthday
They didn't
party.
expect you to bring a gift.
I guess the kid wouldn't need anything at that point, though, unless they
Yeah.
don't pay for anything for the kid
Yeah,
either.
I don't remember any of us ever like bringing a gift or anything to his birthday
So then
party. It was more like a reason to hang out at their
Has
house,
that-
Right, I was
right?
going to say it's
But-
less of a birthday party then. It's just chilling.
Wait,
I mean, it's a birthday party because it's like getting all the friends together to hang out and like
It's-
do
it's
stuff
more like
at
of
their
a-
house in the
a
yard.
field trip away from home because you pack your own lunch.
Uh-huh.
You're
Has
you're
anyone
looking
been-
at it all wrong. Just because like there weren't presents and like no,
Just because there's no
well, a cake
presents, there's
happened
no
'cause we
cake, there's
brought a
no
cake.
food,
Hold on.
We
and
brought
no
a cake.
festivities.
We held the birthday
Doesn't
party.
mean
like,
it's
that's
not
what
a
I'm saying,
party.
right?
Yeah.
It's
Wait,
like
hold-
his parents
has-
were like, "We'll let like you guys can have it here, but we're not we're not throwing you a birthday party."
But
Right,
has
so it's
anyone
like-
ever been invited to a birthday party where it's like gift required? Is that a thing?
Yeah, right. I don't think
Has
I've
that
ever...
been a thing?
No.
I don't think I've ever had.
I
I've
mean,
that.
like,
gotten
it's-
ones that
it's
say
kind of
like
expected.
gift, what is it? Gift strongly encouraged or whatever.
What?
Huh.
Even
no,
that seems
that's
kind of
that
like
can't be
weird.
right.
So
No, I'm
yeah, these
legit.
people
Invitations.
really
with that.
stingy. Like they're like, "Oh my god, $2 for a candy bar? Are you kidding me?" And it's like
Like, go look
you
in
get
your,
it at the
go look
store
in your
for like
cart and order.
$1.25. Like
That's 75
it's not
cents,
that much
Joey.
more.
That's a lot of
Wi-
money,
like,
dude.
We have to make a profit here,
If they-
and we're
Hey,
like
my
providing.
private island fund. It can't
Anyway.
fund itself.
Yeah.
And yeah, so and yeah, people get super rude if like you don't have the particular thing they want. Like let's say you don't have the bag of chips they want or the candy bar they want.
I just imagine
Ooh,
him
actually.
like
Oh, you're in for a world of
him
hurt.
or her just looking at you going, if I bought 3 candy bars at the supermarket, I'd still have a quarter left over, and then spitting in your face.
Like, cool,
And
go
usually
get it
my
there then.
response would be like, like whatever, man, do it then.
Yeah, like bring
Like,
bring your
we're
own
here for
candy
the like
bars.
convenience. Yeah, I will eventually like we didn't really do this, but the people who ran the stadium started to like enforce like, hey, you can't bring any food
Well,
in.
and then but the
Because
employees don't give a shit.
we gave them a cut of sales, right? So it's like we were kind of like it was a weird situation where it was like we were kind of like third party contractors who did the concessions, and we weren't really affiliated with the park, so we just like gave them a percentage of like what we made. And yeah, so they eventually were like, hey, you guys need to stop like showing up with pizza for everybody and stuff like that, because
What?
they wanted to make more money from our concessions.
Oh.
Anyway, yeah, people are really rude.
Yeah.
When like
Rude and
you don't
entitled.
have
Yeah,
rude and
There's a
entitled, and it's
whole-
like a candy, man, or like a soda.
there's a whole other level of
Or,
rudeness
like-
with food though. Like experiencing
Yeah.
food retail is just
Oh.
so different.
Oh
Go
yeah.
on about that. Yeah.
I have a big story about that.
Go ahead, John.
I gotta hear
This
this.
is your
Okay.
chance.
Yeah, go
Oh,
John.
Let it
God.
flow.
So, yeah, seriously. So I was at Starbucks ordering my typical venti half soy non-fat decaf organic chocolate brownie iced vanilla double shot gingerbread frappuccino with extra hot
Did you look all this up?
whipped cream on it.
Go on.
And this girl had the gall to give me half and half, not half soy, which I
Oh.
asked.
Oh,
And it's just I can't. It's like I had to scream at this girl for hours until she
oh
cried.
my.
Until
Tell
she
me
takes
about
over.
it.
And it's just
Where is
unbelievable.
Liz? Where is
Unbelievable.
Liz?
Oh,
That coffee girl.
Tell me about it. Ugh, I was livid for like months after
terrible. I agree.
that, and I couldn't enter a Starbucks coffee shop for years, just because
I'm
of
so
how
sorry you
poorly
went
they
through that.
treated me.
Coffee PTSD.
Yeah, I just wanted
I'm sorry,
again a
John.
venti half soy non-fat decaf organic chocolate brownie iced vanilla double shot gingerbread frappe,
I didn't know
What?
they did this to you.
hot foamed whipped cream.
Can't believe it. These monsters.
No,
Well,
I
now-
honestly haven't had a bad customer service. I mean, I never really worked in customer service, so and the closest thing I did was well, actually, I did kind of what Joey did, but it was more
Oh.
volunteer work for the local track and field teams I used to do it in.
Oh,
And
And
I don't know what the track and field stuff is, but I feel like it was
it was
probably
the same.
like.
But again, I'm
what-
like really socially awkward, so when stuff runs out, and I feel like
Oh, I
just
didn't- I
I
meant
just
like
stare
the
at the
type
person
of.
and I'm like, oh,
Eh.
we're out of that. And then they're like, what? And I'm just like, I feel like I can't remember what happened. But I feel like I just like stare at them and like just nod my head awkwardly.
You'd be so nervous you would just black out.
Yeah, pretty much
Uh,
that's what happened. It just went to autopilot when that happened, and I just like woke up like, oh, next customer, money, thank you.
uh,
Uh-huh.
no poor customers. Oh my god.
No, poor
I don't know, I
customers.
find that funny.
Holy.
I don't know.
Apparently John suffers like just gets paralyzed when he has to like confront someone
Uh,
for a shirt that he doesn't have. Like,
uh, uh,
okay, going on.
uh. Oh yeah, I've never had really. I mean, even if I did have a bad like experience, I feel like it's not that big of a deal for me to remember it anyways.
Same.
So it's like, meh.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you never really worked in retail, then you don't really have any experiences. Because like unless you like buy stuff and return stuff all
Yeah,
the time,
which
like
I'm like so like anti confrontation that even if I
yeah,
like, did something wrong, like as a customer, I wouldn't even deal with it. I would just be like, I fucked up. That's my fault.
whoops,
I'll deal
I'll
with
go
it.
buy
Yeah.
another one.
Or even if it
Yeah.
was their fault, I'd be like, whatever. I'll deal with it. I'm not that picky. You know, it's like if my order's fucked up, whatever. I can still eat it.
I'm
Yeah.
hit or miss.
Well,
on
yeah,
that
that's
type
another
of
thing about
situation.
like online, you don't have to deal with another human being.
Yeah, and it's like the
You
only
just
returns
like
I've done.
type it and say
Yeah,
like, hey,
it's Amazon.
this thing you sent me was wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, I've never-
Amazon's like super lenient. They'll like,
Yeah.
oh, we sent you the wrong thing. Keep it. We'll send you the right thing.
Yeah, it's like I don't really. I mean, when I buy stuff outside, it's like I usually know I'm gonna buy it. That's why I go out to the store and buy it. It's only a few times where I actually bought the wrong thing, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna stick with the loss and not deal with returning
Well,
it.
Yeah.
to answer to riff off of what Joey said about Amazon, sometimes the vendor is like halfway across the world, and depending on how cheap the item is, it doesn't make sense to ship
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
back on
Mhm.
their
I've had
dime
a
and
couple
then
orders where I didn't
ship
have to
the other
send
one.
it back.
So
Yeah.
have them pay double
Mhm.
and lose out twice instead of just making them keep it and just sending one. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'd rather not like, I don't know, not interact with people with just like make people's days worse by like I don't know.
yeah.
Being,
Yeah,
being a
wanna-
customer,
yeah,
pretty much.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the thing that I've noticed about my time working in even the like again the limited like not really retail that I've worked is like I tip really well because
Yeah. Same.
tips are great, right? They like fuel
Yeah.
you across the day essentially. And B, I try to be as much of a like non-inconvenience as I possibly can be.
Yeah.
Like I
Mhm.
want to be
Yeah.
like I'm not even there. Like
Yeah,
I'm
I wanna
like
dip
don't
out
pay
as
attention
quick.
to me. Like unless I really
Yeah.
need to ask a question, I'll ask a question. But like
even
otherwise,
then, that's a lot of energy.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
otherwise I'll try to just navigate it on my own.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, because I'm in the same boat too. Like, I try to figure things out, and I try to make the employees' experience like the least like intrusive from my point of view. That way, because they're just getting through the day as much as anyone else as well. So
Yeah.
I think it's a generational thing as well, though. Like people in our generation are more in uh they show a little more empathy towards people in that position, and
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah,
I always
they're more
put
reasonable.
my shoes. I mean, myself in their shoes. And like, if
Yeah.
I were them, I wouldn't want to talk to me.
Always put my
right? So,
shoes
like,
in
I'm
their
gonna try.
shoes.
I'm gonna put their shoes in my shoes.
How do
yeah.
how do you do that?
our
Why?
shoes are the
It's-
same.
Well, you hope that their shoes are bigger and
Oh,
you
true.
slip it in. So yeah.
Okay, we're gonna move on
Yeah.
to our next topic.
Oh, we have another
Wow.
topic. Oh, jeez.
Whose question is this?
I brought this one.
All right.
Yep.
Wow.
So, what do you guys think about Disney Channel original movies? Which ones
Oh,
were your favorite? Which
Oh, okay.
ones do you remember growing up?
Oh,
like the ones
jeez.
that showed up on the Disney Channel, not like the ones
The
that were
actual
released on
ones that
the
were
movies?
on
The
Disney,
Disney Channel
movies. Yeah.
Produced
original
movie,
movies.
original,
Yeah,
Oh.
they like have a
Produced
specific
for the
moniker.
Disney Channel.
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah,
Is
me
there a
neither.
list?
There is a list
Here, I will
on
post a link
Wikipedia.
right
God.
now. I'll post a link.
Okay, so They were good to an
They
extent.
were good. Wait, what?
So
Who's they?
the movies.
The movies.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Got it.
just in general.
So I enjoyed them and I watched a good majority of them, but they degraded over time. So I feel like they were something that like
Degraded.
Disney invested in at first, and then they started getting to.
I'm gonna stop you there and just add that almost all the Disney Channel movies are essentially straight to DVD movies, but they just premiered
Yeah,
on Disney
basically.
Channel first.
No, but
So,
but they were still decent, and they had some like decent actors and actresses. in them. I mean,
I don't know, like looking at the list, there's a bunch of like it's a super mixed
Yeah.
bag across
Uh-huh.
the because I see a ton of
Parent Trap
ones that I
3?
like
Mhm.
really remember. Right,
Parent
there's like
Trap
a bunch
3,
of classics on here.
Parent Trap
I forgot
2.
that there was Parent
But
Trap
then-
before Lindsay Lohan.
Okay, stop talking about the Parent Trap. I'm trying to say something.
Yeah,
Right?
let Joey speak.
PJ, how about
In
that
bet-
Parent Trap?
In between all the like classics, there's a bunch of like whatever ones that I don't remember at
Like
all.
Parent Trap
Yeah.
3.
Like no, like I don't know, Quint.
Wait, what?
Who?
What year is that?
I have-
2000.
I
It's
just
about
linked.
a girl who's the oldest sister to a.
Oh yeah, that was
maybe
my
I do remember
jam.
this. There's like, yeah, maybe I do remember this one now that I'm looking at it. But the family had quintuplets, so there's a bunch of babies, and
Oh,
the teenage girl is like, "There's so many babies."
Was
Oh
Guys,
my god,
I just linked the list if you guys want to check
was
it out while we're
Brink
talking.
the
Wasn't that the skateboarding?
no I
Brink is the rollerblading
yeah I was
one.
about to say rollerblading.
Yeah.
Oh god, Xenon, I hated that movie.
Oh, Xenon.
Wow, why
I
are you
remember
hating
that.
on Xenon?
Yeah, why
Xenon's fun.
why you hating
That's
my
a
girl
fun one.
Xenon?
It was such a bad movie.
Okay, I didn't like the sequel. But
Yeah.
Good.
You
That's
proved
what I
my
know.
point
That's what I
right
Oh,
there.
I
They
should
got
have
rid of-
watched it just for that.
They
I feel
get
like I
rid
didn't
of,
watch it.
they get
I
rid of
liked the
Raven
original.
in the sequel.
I enjoyed Johnny Tsunami.
It's the same character,
Johnny
but they just
Tsunami.
replace
That was
her
a good one.
with a different actress,
I don't
and
remember
then she's
it.
back
You
in the
don't remember
third one.
Johnny Tsunami?
I mean, I know of it.
It's the
I
one.
mean, I
It's
remember
about
it,
the
but I don't remember
kid
what happened.
that's
No, I remember it,
the surfer.
but I don't remember what
Oh
I
my
don't
gosh,
remember
there's
the
so many
movie.
that I like.
You know what I mean? I don't remember any of these movies. I feel like I've seen all these movies, but I remember nothing of them.
So there's-
I don't think I've seen any of these.
Really?
You guys, I
it's
can
on
go on
Disney
and on about this. I'm just not, but
Yeah.
yeah.
No,
I
like
like
I,
a
re-
oh god, not the Cheetah Girls.
yeah,
Oh, no.
I remember watching.
No, not the Cheetah
all,
Girls.
hey, don't you talk mess about Cheetah Girls?
Yeah, I feel like
You don't talk about my Raven
feel
Simone
like-
like that.
No,
I
but
swear to
no,
God.
real talk though. Like I genuinely do love the like later ones, like High School Musical and Cheetah
Yeah.
I'm
Girls,
cool with High School
and
Musical. I don't know about Cheetah
I
Girls.
feel like
Uh,
after 2003, I stopped watching Disney because everything after that, I don't
Yeah.
know the name of it.
I don't
it's
think
not
I
familiar.
was.
Wendy
I don't think I
Wu.
was ever really a Disney Channel. I was more of a
Yeah,
Nickelodeon.
you were.
I was a Cartoon
Oh,
Network
man.
kid.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Cartoon Network.
Oh, you
and like they
fucking
don't really
wealthy ass
have.
motherfuckers had Cartoon Network. I was with the poor channels.
Oh, was Cartoon Network not something that just like everybody had?
No, that was
I didn't have it.
I think you had the wrong provider because a lot of like back in the day, Cartoon Network.
yeah, we
was
had some
included in the
jank ass
package.
bullshit. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Like
I've been
once-
privileged with satellite TV my entire
Well,
that's
life,
the
so
thing.
I've said everything.
Satellite
Like,
had
the
it.
old-
We had cable my whole life, and cable charged you
The
up
old,
the ass for Cartoon Network.
the old Cartoon Network was included with cable or whatever package you had. But when they rebranded and changed the logo of Cartoon Network, I think that's where it started becoming a little more exclusive.
It was
Mm.
weird. I don't
When they
remember
removed
having
like
it.
when they separated the
Boomerang.
old school like Bugs Bunny and into Boomerang and stuff, that's where they started monetizing more. And,
I just
like
never
I was like,
remember
okay, I guess I
having
won't
it.
watch Cartoon
I don't know
Network.
if it was my parents just didn't want to get that package or it was too expensive for us.
Well, it's probably because your parents wanted a certain group of channels, and that just didn't happen.
Yeah, and it's
It
like
wasn't in the
fuck
package.
you.
Or,
I'm not
sorry,
getting
It's
it
like
for
screw
one.
PJ.
I'm not getting it for one.
Screw his
channel.
childhood.
Yeah, I mean that's what most parents
So-
do. It's like I want ESPN. Well, it doesn't come with Nickelodeon. You're screwed,
Well,
son.
I remember
Yeah.
so
Figure it
I
out.
would only watch Cartoon Network when we went to hotels, so I was always excited to go to hotels because I was like, oh yeah, I gotta have Cartoon
Wow.
Network.
Oh,
And then we go
that's-
to a-
that's where
That
the obsession of
explains
hotels comes
everything.
from.
And then we go to a
Oh
hotel,
my god.
and they didn't have
I
Cartoon
hate
Network. I'm like,
hotels.
This whole trip sucks. I'm just staying inside the whole time, and I'm gonna lay in bed and die.
Why
What
didn't
a
you just go
waste
out and
of
have fun at the
money.
pool?
Wow.
They could have, you know what? They could have saved more money by just getting you Cartoon Network instead of
Yeah,
going to a
exactly.
hotel and
Hotels.
vacationing.
Damn.
Wow.
Man.
Ah,
Lemonade Mouth. I like that one
I want
too.
to point out the Even
Lemonade
Stevens
Mouth is a
movie.
good one.
It's probably a Garbo movie.
Which one?
But as a kid, Even Stevens movie was fun. Good memories, even though I don't remember
Mhm.
it. So yeah.
Ethan?
yeah,
I
I have
really
no.
like the Descendants
Oh,
What?
movies, all the
Descendants?
Descendants ones.
What? What's that?
It's like all of the villains' children.
I'm guessing that's
Like,
past
coming
2003.
through it. Yes, it is.
Yes, I
20.
guess.
Yeah,
But
that's
I
one
really
of the
like
later
the
ones.
Descendants. Um,
Looking for the one.
I remember Halloween Town.
oh wow.
Halloween
Yeah, that was
Town.
a pretty
was
big
fun.
one.
I mean,
yeah, Halloween Town was
Cadet
good.
Kelly was so bad. Hillary Duff,
Did-
why?
I want to jump back though. Descendants, I really appreciate for being a very fun premise.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Of like, let's take the like children of all the classic Disney villains, and like,
Yeah.
it's like kind of dumb, but
wait,
like,
are they in like
the,
a high
like-
school setting or something?
yeah.
Oh,
But it's
God.
Yeah.
like
Jesus
the
Christ.
right way of
Okay.
like
Well
tapping into that Disney lineage to do something fun with like
Wait.
the
Because
brand, right?
Dove
all these
Cameron,
fairy
come
tale
on.
villains are in modern day high school
Like
settings.
Mhm.
Stupid.
Dove Cameron is like
Oh my God.
amazing. I really like her.
Oh, Smart House.
But yeah.
I forgot about that one.
Smart House.
Smart
What year was
House.
that?
It's the one with the they
99.
win a smart house and then the house starts becoming like sentient and then like taking over the
Oh,
family.
Wow.
That sounds familiar.
That
I don't
sounds like a
remember it.
horror
Right.
movie.
It
sounds
kind
Are
of
you-
was a lightweight Disney horror film.
A little bit, yeah. I remember watching that and freaking out a little bit towards the end, like, oh
What's
god,
the one
why is she doing
where
that?
it has the guy that like builds an AI girlfriend and she becomes a pop star?
What?
Okay, that is
Pixel Perfect?
Pixel Perfect. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that was another good one. What year was that?
Which
I'm
one's
looking
that?
for.
What
Oh,
year is that?
With
2004.
I think it has Phil the Future. in it.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Whatever his name is.
Wasn't it like Ricky something?
I love how Disney will just like
Ricky
take
Ullman.
their actors
That's so
from
good.
other properties and just throw them in these movies.
I love Phil the
Mhm.
And
Future.
just like you're playing a different character now.
Pixel Perfect. I don't think I've seen it.
It's a good one. That's probably one of
Um,
my favorite ones because
is
it was very in depth and it had an actual storyline that wasn't just like the A B C storyline that all the other ones had.
Yeah, so that's the thing is I was going to bring up like a lot of and it probably has to do with the fact that they have to like put so like there's so many of these, especially when you get into like the mid or like the early 2000s, particularly like 99, 2000, and 2001. They're putting out like over five,
Yeah, I was gonna say
like almost
5
like
to 10 a year.
10 of these a year, right?
yeah.
Like there's so many of these
But then it
movies.
slows
And it's
down.
weird too because like I'm looking at them, it does slow down probably because they like
ridiculous.
bump up in quality, right? So
Yeah.
like you can go back and like watch some of the older ones and you can kind of see where, or like you can see the budget in a way that like it's like when you get into like things like High School Musical, they're just like, and like Cheetah Girls, they're just like they're filmed better, they're more production
the
cost is
quality.
put into it, like but no, I was also going to say a lot of them have like there's a lot of ones that have the same kind of like plot line of young teenager is like living in the like regular world and they're kind of like angsty and they feel like the world doesn't understand them, and then it turns out that they have like some kind of weird ability
Wait,
or
what?
like, right? So it's like I'm thinking like the 13th year, right, where the dude can turn into a fish man,
What?
or Luck of the Irish,
Oh
where
yeah.
the
Yep.
kid is also a
I
leprechaun.
love
like
that movie. I forgot about that one.
That was a good one.
and it's I just find it funny that like it seems to be like a running trend, and I mean it's kind of like the bog standard, like it's a way to convey physically that like this person feels like they're different
They
than
are,
everybody
yeah,
else.
in some way.
Like you relate to that, like
Yeah,
So
as like
differently.
as a young teenager, which these
Mhm.
like films are directed towards, it's a really like it's something that they can resonate with because like everybody at that age feels like they're different than
I
everybody
feel like I'm
else,
different, even though I'm
I'm
just a
so
generic
different.
even though
teenager that
everybody's
has
the
the same
same.
feeling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Ultimately, like
Fucking teenagers, guys.
if that
Jeez
like
Louise.
if that's something that I could ever convey to like my teenage cousins, it's that like
Yeah.
right now you think
Yeah,
that
you're not
like
You're
unique.
different,
you're
No, no.
like
but
worried
everyone's
and
exactly the
but
same.
everybody's exactly the same.
Yeah.
Like you're all exactly the
And
same.
once you come
And
to
you
Yeah,
that
that's
realize it when you-
realization, you're just like, oh well, if my ass crack happens to show when I pick something up, oh
And
well.
I mean,
Hot.
like that's not to say, right? Because I feel like that statement that everybody's all the same is kind of like not paying attention to people who maybe are like LBGTQ or like
No, but like we're talking
um,
about on like a
but we're
mental
talking
level.
about on a regular. Well, no, we're just talking about on like a standardized, like because like clearly there are people
Standard
who
teenage
are like
feelings.
who deviate from the norm,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
And they should be like represented.
Right.
But in terms of like, yeah, in terms of like just like regular teenagers, there's this like sentiment of like every teenager feels like the world doesn't understand them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh yeah, yeah.
Well, but like
Sure.
Joey, even more so than that, like I feel like that has less to do with the individual feeling that way, like the special cases or the like outliers or whatever you want to call them. Uh, it has to do more with the outside that affects those particular people. Like they feel ostracized because of the way people treat them, not because
True,
of
yeah,
the
you're right.
internal.
I
Not
think that does
because,
have a big.
yeah.
Yeah, so like
Whereas,
they feel the
yeah,
same
you're
way as
absolutely right.
everybody else, and they would, barring that other
But
situation.
they actually have external forces
Right.
that
And
are
that's what makes them
like
different in that
belittling
way.
them.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think it
you're
could
right.
go both ways though. I think it could go both ways because growing up, like for me, I wasn't really bullied a whole lot. There was times where I was, well, at least I felt I was, but I still felt like I was completely different and I felt like people were constantly staring at me.
Mhm.
Um so I think it could go both ways. I didn't really have an outside source at that time, giving me
Right.
a reason to feel that way. I
Yeah.
just naturally felt that way.
Well, you also
So
have
I
kids
think it could go both
that
ways.
feel that way, or at least they feel like they feel that way, so they have to like change their kind of not personality, but change themselves to fit that kind of I don't fit scenario, like kind of like goth kids where they're normal, but they want to feel different. So like I'm gonna go towards the
Yeah.
not normal,
Yeah, you have
just to
like
feel that
Yeah.
way, you know?
yeah, you have the like dichotomy between people who are like actually othered,
Yeah.
right? Because of like race or sexual
Yeah. But
orientation.
then you have teenagers like
But
I want to feel different, so I'm gonna go become
yeah,
different, and then be like,
yeah.
oh look at
I
When
me,
the
think
I'm
people that are
different. I'm
actually
so
being treated
abused.
different are
know?
only trying to be the same.
Yeah.
Like it's such a sad situation to go through. Like teenage years is
You'll
tragic.
grow out of it.
Teenage
Yeah.
years is just a tragic time. Like
Yeah, it's
it's
confusing.
it's
You got
funny to
hormones,
like
everything's changing.
go be on the outside now and be past all that and then just look at the situation.
Yeah.
Like when I get customers that have a teenager and the teenager's sitting there with their arms crossed and the person's talking to me like, oh, they're just in a bad mood or whatever. I'm sitting there and I'm like, shit, that was the situation that I was in 10 plus
Yeah.
years ago, and it's like they don't understand that right now this means nothing. Like you're just wasting your time and energy
most
feeling
part,
this
yeah.
way. And eventually that's all going to go away and you're not going to care anymore about those
Yep. And then
minute feelings you have
reality's
right now.
gonna smack you in the face.
when we're
full
talking about
force.
like generalized teenage
Right,
angst.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, I'm angry because I don't want to be here right now because it's not cool. It's just like, so, like,
Yeah.
whatever. I don't know.
I mean, it makes sense. You're stuck with your parents, just like it's like you're still treated as a child, even though you feel like you're matured and you're of an adult kind of mentality, which
You
Yeah.
are
not
you're
necessarily,
growing
but
towards
you
that,
know, you feel that way.
and
Yeah,
it's
and it makes sense.
yeah, like you don't. I don't know. Like my point was, when you finally get past that point, and I think for a lot of people, it's in their like mid-ish 20s, maybe early 20s for some people, like it's a completely different mindset. Like you look back and you're like, wow, I was really stupid. Why was I thinking that way? Why did I made myself think that way? It's kind of like you upset yourself.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like you're saying, Joey, disclaimer to everybody, this is an over generalization of everything. Like not everyone feels this way. Not everyone, or should I say, everyone has their own right to feel that way, and some people have a legitimate right to feel ostracized, like we had mentioned earlier.
Everybody's struggles are different.
Right. And everyone figures out a way to make them work. That's the key, is figure out what makes them work for you. Figure out who you are, what makes you stronger as a person, and who you want to be. I remember
I feel so inspired.
I remember
I know.
as a kid.
I just gotta pee right now.
We'll go pee, and I'll make my final statement on this.
No, I
Okay,
got a
I'll go
bottle
pee
right
too.
here. I
Go
got
ahead,
a water
PJ.
bottle right here. I'm gonna pee right here.
Oh, have fun with that. Make sure it gets close enough to the mic so we can hear it.
Okay.
Oh,
It's
gosh,
carpeted, so I don't
anyway.
want to leak anywhere.
God, you actually. I love.
Can you continue with your statement, PJ?
Let me.
Yep.
I wanna-
I'm losing it.
Can we go on to the next
I
question?
don't remember. It was
Do you
something.
want? I was gonna
something
bring up one last thing.
useful, but
Yeah.
whatever. Go ahead.
I was also gonna say, there's so many sports movies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Like
I feel
all
like
like
that's
there's
very relatable to high schoolers.
like,
Do I hear
I guess
skinny
yeah,
names?
because like everybody, but yeah, like
I do too.
I don't know. Even ones that like when you read the title don't look like they would be about sports at all, like Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off.
Oh, that's a sports movie.
Which
Wait,
is
what
like-
is that about?
Which is like it's about cooking, but it's also
Oh,
about
it's
baseball.
Okay. I can see that. Like cookouts.
That one's a
and-
classic though.
Yeah.
It's like he's like in a cooking competition.
I don't think I've seen
There's
it.
always like there's also a running trend across these movies of like person is stuck, and I guess this goes back to like the teen angst of like wanting to be your own person or whatever, but like of like the world says that there's like a path for you, or like everybody in your life wants something for you, but you want something
Right.
else, right? So it's like Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off is like he wants to be a great chef, but like everybody expects him to be a great baseball player. Or like High School Musical, where like Troy just wants to sing and dance with Gabriella, but everybody expects him.
That's
to
the plot
play-
of High School
You didn't know
Musical.
that?
Oh
Yeah.
my god, John, shut up. Shut up, John.
What the heck was that?
I
Did
thought
you
it
just
was just a
fangirl out right now?
Oh my god. No, I've never seen High School Musical, but that's hilarious to hear
either.
that.
Yeah, he just wanted to
Oh,
be
man.
himself, man.
Joey,
I'm
I
sorry, I'm
understand
so
what you're saying.
intoxicated.
He wants to play basketball, but
I
he
need-
also wants to
He
sing.
doesn't wanna-
Oh, why can't he
have
play?
both?
Why can't he do both?
Because
Come
his
on,
dad
Joey.
didn't want him
Because-
to, man.
Make fun
The
of him.
team and his dad are like, you need to focus only on
'Cause
basketball.
he was
the
You
star
want to be a
player,
champion
man.
basketball player, you have to focus on basketball.
Jeez.
But his heart says he wants to be in the High
And
School
then-
Musical and sing on
And
stage.
Gabrielle is gonna be the math wizard because it's gonna be a job that actually gets her somewhere.
Oh wow.
It's
wow.
a good movie, okay?
High School Musical is like legitimately fantastic.
It was a good
I can't
movie.
relate.
You think
Cause
it,
maybe
Joey?
because we
I don't
just
know.
went to a nerd high school where they expect you to be like smart and also do sports. You know, I just
No,
don't,
it's
I
just a
can't relate to
regular
this,
high
man.
school.
Yeah, no, that's
Wait,
what I
did
meant.
it
Like,
come
I can't
out
relate to it
during
'cause-
When we were
our
in high school, yeah.
days?
The first
Oh.
one
Did?
came out when we were freshmen.
Well,
oh,
I think that
yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, that's past
yeah,
my
I
Disney
haven't
days.
watched any Disney Channel
Yeah, in
like
high school,
since
I
like
was-
elementary school, so
Yeah,
I never jumped on that hype train of the High School Musical
good.
because of that. Well, good to know.
allegedly.
We gotta go watch it now.
Sure,
Should we do a big pause so I
Just
can
a
refill
trilogy watch party. We'll just
refill
watch all
Yeah.
three of them.
just like the like people do with Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
Oh,
we'll do High
God.
School Musical first, and then we'll do Camp Rock.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
Wait,
Camp
with-
Rock.
Camp Rock.
Wait.
That sounds familiar. What is that
Mhm.
about? Camp Rock.
I don't
It's
like
with
Camp
Demi
Rock nearly as
Lovato
much.
and Joe Jonas.
Rock.
oh
Oh, no,
wow.
that is not familiar. I've not seen that.
High School
Oh,
Musical
so
is
cool.
much better.
It is. I agree. High School Musical is definitely better.
Did you know there's a Camp Rock 2? The final
Mhm.
jam.
Yeah.
who-
Wow.
That's a good one. That's a good movie.
Anyhow, moving on from Disney
So
because we're not
cool.
even
Wait,
saying anything
2010.
anymore.
Oh, I was gonna say 2010. That's when we graduated.
We're
so,
talking about how much we like these movies.
Well, how
Yeah.
much
I feel like
how much you guys like
I
the
feel
Yeah,
like
movie?
it's
Garrett's kinda
nostalgia.
just
I feel
here.
like if we, I feel like if we
Uh,
go back and actually watch these movies, they're probably like
no, they're horrible.
Garbo movies. Yeah, it's just
No,
the
they're not
nostalgia.
Garbo. They're just most of
They're
them are just
dated.
fine,
they're for
especially the
kids.
old.
The
Well, I
the
don't know. It's probably like hit or
quality,
miss in
the
between.
bar for quality is pretty low for kids. They get
Yeah.
entertained.
It's like, man,
by
I've never
anything.
seen anything like
Yeah.
this, and it's
Yeah.
the same plot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, to be fair, I don't think I've ever. I don't think I've seen anything past like 2008, maybe.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know what their new
I feel
content
like
is. That's
I
12
can't-
years of Disney
can't-
Channel originals.
Like I can't consider High School Musical to be for high school kids.
It's
no,
it's not
it's,
really.
It's for middle
No,
schoolers.
that's what
it's for
like
middle
in
schoolers.
our time when we
Uh-huh.
were in high school, I wouldn't have considered watching High School Musical.
Oh, not at all.
Even
'cause
if
I'm like,
I had
I'm
the
in high school.
opportunity.
This is stupid. Why am I
Yeah,
watching something that's not?
Like,
not
well,
high
I know
school?
it's not even realistic.
Yeah, it's
like,
not
do
realistic.
you ever see us playing sports and breaking out into
Yeah, right.
music?
Exactly.
No,
It's
but it's a
funny
musical.
because-
That's the
I don't know,
point.
Garrett.
Like,
Have
screw
you
that.
seen Grease?
You guys are too. Oh my God, Grease. Oh
Right,
God.
exactly.
I
Are you okay,
They're in
Sarah?
high school. You don't
I
see a
love
bunch of
Grease.
people
Oh,
working
it's
on a
not-
Okay,
car,
I will make the
bang out in
bold
the
statement.
song
John Travolta.
about Grease
No, no,
Lightning.
I will make the bold statement that High School Musical was the modern day Grease, like 100%.
Sure.
That hurts me a little bit
Yeah,
though.
I could see how that would hurt Sarah.
I love
Uh,
Grease too.
that's
Grease
fair.
is
I
one of my
think I agree
favorite
with
movies of
PJ
all
though.
time. Like you could say Hairspray, but I feel like Hairspray missed the mark a little bit.
Not even
Hairspray's fun.
Hairspray.
It was.
How
Grease
about
is
West
in its
Side
own-
Story, guys? Come on.
That's older than
Grease
Grease. That was like modern day.
Hold up. I just gotta say,
What?
Go on.
Grease is in its own
It's a
thing.
musical.
Okay, I know it's a musical. Okay, I clearly
country.
I know that. I know
It is a country.
it is. But
Different
okay,
spelling.
in my mind, in my heart, it's its own thing. You can't compare it to anything else because it's just like even today at work we played the Grease soundtrack,
Mhm.
and
Wow.
like my heart was so happy. But like
Yeah, isn't Grease all original music? Right? It's made for them. Is it? Made
Yeah,
for them?
Don't
yeah.
I mean,
go
most of the
breaking
time
my
musicals
heart.
Okay,
are
not necessarily though, because they have like Blue Moon.
Right, not
But
always,
but there's some original music. Is there any original music in High School Musical? Like I feel like you
Yeah,
can't compare
it's
those
all
two.
100%.
it's all original.
It is.
It's
is
all original. I
Yeah.
thought they were just doing
Yeah.
like they were doing what's it called when you take
Are you
already made
talking
music
about
and-
like Mamma Mia, like ABBA, like how Mamma
Yeah,
Mia?
because
is
they're
about, like,
that's the
Oh,
thing.
yeah,
is,
yeah.
like,
I thought High School Musical was like high school. Mamma Mia.
No,
Oh,
they're
it's not.
definitely musicals that like rely entirely on their
Like pre-made
soundtrack
music.
of
Yeah.
like of like I think of like or yeah, I actually can't think of any off the top of my head right now, but there are ones that would like
Okay.
are just relying on the either nostalgia or of these songs or like using existing songs to set
Maybe
the
I
time
just-
period.
Okay.
Mamma Mia.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
generally
Abba's,
speaking,
Abba's fantastic.
I
So
love Abba.
too.
Oh,
yeah.
Ah, bah.
Mamma Mia
yeah.
is a good movie.
Maybe I
but
just see the High School Musical cast always singing or like what is the word called covers of songs, which is why I just assumed High School Musical is just a cover.
No, every single
mu-
song
mu-
is.
No.
movie.
False,
Okay.
John. I even know
Yeah.
that. Oh my.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Get
Always
it
Okay.
together.
Because
assuming.
I usually,
That would be a
I usually-
misconception
again, I
though, because
usually
then a
see-
musical,
I usually
a
hear,
musical is
yeah.
original music.
Not
Right.
necessarily.
Other
Mamma
than-
Mia
Yeah,
is
not
a
necessarily, but-
musical.
No, but
It's
that
not original. It's-
Majority.
that's I don't know. If it's based off of specific, then there's a different. Like that movie is all based
Yeah.
off of ABBA.
Again, it's like usually the reason why I thought that was because I usually see like High School Musical singing the latest pop song kind of thing. The cast,
Are you
that's
sure
why.
you're not thinking of
You're thinking
Glee?
of Glee.
Yeah, you
You're
might
thinking of Glee, dude.
Oh, Joe-
About
what's
to
the
say,
difference?
High School
What are the
There's a
Musical-
differences?
huge
big
difference.
High
difference.
School Musical has nothing to do with
Oh,
covers.
What's Glee?
It's a TV show.
It's
Glee is a TV show where they sing existing songs.
Oh,
And they're
Exactly what
very
you
good.
described.
oh, go home, John. You're drunk.
Okay.
I am drunk. Hold on, I gotta
I
refill.
mean, I can understand from like an outsider's perspective. I could see how that mistake would be made, right?
'Cause he's
You're
drunk.
just like you
'Cause
think
they're all
high
they're
school
all
That's
Sounds
kids.
just
Well,
uncultured.
they're just
Yeah,
high
they're-
school kids, and they sing, right?
yeah, they're all
And
they're
when
all 20
you-
year old like
you
20
could
year old
very-
something people playing as high school
I
characters.
very easily see how you just lump those two together,
Yeah,
and like Glee and High School Musical just become the same entity.
yeah, they pretty
Yeah.
much. Okay.
Anywho,
So
I'll
what
give you that
original
much.
songs are in High School Musical?
What original songs are?
Yeah.
All of
all
What
of
is
them?
it,
I mean,
John?
I mean,
What
I mean,
is it?
Do we need
You
to
know,
listen to the High School Musical
John,
soundtrack? It's
Yeah,
right
every
now.
no,
single
Just
song.
play it.
We don't need to listen to it. We need to have John
All
actually sit down
three
and
of
watch.
the movies
Ah.
have all
give
original
me a
songs.
beat. Give me sing one of them. One of the
We're all
famous
in this
ones. You know?
together.
You know what I want?
That's
That's
Grease.
Grease. Damn it.
Ah.
I don't
Okay.
know High School Musical.
Anyway,
Wait, I have to
Move
ask
on.
you, PJ. Did we do a Grease play back in the day?
We did not, but we
Grease
used
play.
one of the
Oh.
songs from Grease.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Which
I
one?
would have been fangirling like.
Oh,
"Ooh,
wow.
Actually,
Grease."
there was 2
I
points.
was-
And I think you were in both of the classes with me. In English class in high school, we did a reenactment of with that song because we had the
Oh.
topic of a musical for a recreation on a play or a playwright, I think.
Yeah.
So we had to choose music to go with it. You might have been in my group, I don't remember. So there was that,
Mhm.
but we also used that song for the end of a random ass play that we did in middle school. So yes, we
Yeah.
did do something Grease wise, but not the play itself.
Yeah.
Our
A little.
walkout song at mine and PJ's wedding was a Grease song.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What was it?
I forget which one it was. Damn it.
Oh
Oh,
my
my.
God.
No, I forget the
Said
title
what?
of it. I forget
That-
the
yeah,
title
go
of
the
it.
together?
day was supposed to
I'm
be
not gonna
unforgettable.
sing
Okay,
it.
Sarah.
Go
Okay, everyone
together.
pause.
No.
Hold on.
Guys,
Okay, let's go ahead,
Wow.
Sarah. The floor is
We're
yours.
not gonna
all
sing.
in this
No.
I'm not gonna
together,
No.
side by side.
okay,
No,
we're
John.
Wait,
We have
so I have
spiraled
to-
into
podcast here.
bullshit. Okay.
Yeah,
Move
I
on.
want to
to move
ask.
on.
Well, that's how it goes.
No.
It's our life.
While we're on the topic of musicals, what is your preference as far as musicals go? What's your favorite?
Well, you know mine.
Yes. So Sarah said Grease. Really quickly, go ahead, guys.
I haven't watched a ton, but
Musicals or plays?
oh, well, that throws a wrench in it. I'm just gonna go with musicals. I like High School Musical a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
It is
Okay.
good.
It's a classic from my youth. I like Hairspray a lot
Wow.
too,
I can't-
but I think I like
Hairspray
High
is
School
I
Musical
can't.
better.
I can't say Grease again, but Grease is my favorite musical. But Across the Universe would be a secondary.
Oh, that's a good one.
one.
Go on, John.
Oh, I'm trying to
didn't
think
really
of the
watch
title. I can't
musicals.
remember. Are you kidding me?
You watch
PJ?
musicals?
You don't know me. You don't know me. Have you watched
What
Les
am I answering?
Miserables? Les Miserables?
John, I think you're
Guys,
Have you
what?
drunk
watched?
talking.
Have you watched
How much did we
Chicago?
drink?
Have you watched
Oh,
Rent?
Chicago's good. Rent's good.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Have you
I
watched
watched Rent.
Oliver? Have you
I
watched
really
Mary
wanna watch,
Poppins? I am
Ham-
a musical.
Okay, which one is your favorite?
No,
Because
what's
that
the
was
word?
the actual
I'm
question.
trying to. I just forgot it. I just.
Well,
well,
John is trying to remember.
What is it?
John's trying to flex on us
I
since
always
we're
harken
mad.
back to West Side Story, so I'll say West Side Story is my favorite
Wait,
musical
hold on.
slash
Alright.
play.
Let me see if I can Google it. But yeah, I mean, pretty much all the classic Disney cartoons are musicals. You know,
Sure.
Wow.
like, what is it called?
Why you looked that up,
What
Joey?
it called?
Please.
Oh well, La La Land is a good current day
I haven't
watched
musical.
that, I haven't watched
Okay.
Oh, it's fantastic, beautiful. Watch
Yeah.
it now, right now while we speak.
Okay.
Okay,
Frozen.
La La Land is good.
Frozen, yes.
Yeah.
Here's what.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
no. Right, I don't think you can put the animated films in there, right? Because then
Yeah,
you fall
so
down a
live
rabbit
action.
hole where like
whoa.
Wait,
every
hold
single
on, hold
animated
on.
Disney movie becomes
Joey.
a
Yeah,
musical. Then
They are.
Yeah.
They are though.
So how about
No.
Moana then?
no,
I was gonna
There.
say
Into
I'm
the
gonna say
unknown,
Moana.
Joey.
So, wait, so
Into the
what's,
unknown.
What's considered a musical by Joey's?
Had I
Joey's,
known
I
that
feel
Well,
like
this
this
I like
question
was
okay.
gonna
When
be
I
the
was
end
positing the
all,
question,
Wait, hold on. Everyone's talking.
let's
Hold on.
okay. Keep going. When I was positing the question, I was thinking of live action musical.
Okay. So
Yeah.
live action movie. Okay.
this is your fault.
Oh jeez. I mean Willy Wonka, dude. That's a musical.
Sure.
Uh,
Okay.
Sure.
Good
Hold
answer.
on,
Let's
I'm
move
still-
on
Yeah.
now
I'm still-
because
I'm
John.
still
I
thinking
changed
the
my
one I
answer.
can't
Willy
think
Wonka's
of it.
my answer now.
I'm still,
I know. I actually agree with
hold
John.
on.
That's a good musical
Jeez. Oh, I can't think. What is it called?
because there's
Uh,
death in that musical. Oh, it has a little
it's
bit of
just- it was
everything.
fantastic. Oh, fudge. Okay, we'll come back to this.
Like, how does Willy Wonka get away with murder and it's still considered a kid show?
Well, you don't show the death.
Sure, I guess so.
Uh,
It's like a cartoon, I guess.
Have you guys seen Singing in the Rain? This is going way back.
Oh,
That is a classic.
That's a good one where
That's a
they're
classic.
literally singing in the rain. That's a
There
good
is
one.
a scene. There is a scene where they sing in the rain. And the whole movie isn't about singing in the rain.
Oh,
It's classic. Classic. Talkies. Back in the day. Old
Okay.
school, golden age of filmmaking.
so that's your favorite.
No. I'm still
Okay.
thinking, I can't
Well,
think of the.
okay. So let's just say "Singing in the Rain" as a tentative favorite.
Dude, the Blues Brothers. That's fucking
Okay.
fantastic.
Okay,
Oh my
John's
God.
just
Oh,
listing
I'm
all.
just going through a list
the
of
musicals.
musicals. I'm just trying to prove a point that PJ just assumed I didn't watch music. Sweetie Todd, that was fantastic. That was a fun one.
Okay.
That's it.
I'm,
Okay,
John, I'm cutting you off there.
Sound of Music. That's
Okay.
a classic. 'Cause I
Oh,
watched it
yeah.
so many
God,
times
Oh.
just because my
Okay.
mom loved it.
I
Uh,
did not like that one that
Oh,
much.
it
So
was
German.
The hills.
Okay. Do we want to just do a,
Okay.
a closing? Like,
I was gonna
Wait,
just
we
close
have-
us out there.
We have so
Oh.
many.
Oh, we have so many
Nah,
questions.
we're about done.
I came
We're at
up with a question
1:30.
too, because they're asking why I didn't write down a question, and I said I'll think of it during the.
We'll save
stream.
it for next week,
And that,
or
we
for
do
Oh, we're
one
gonna-
of these
not
next week?
We're
maybe
gonna
not
do a
next
follow
week,
up next
but
week.
like
Okay,
Oh,
I'm
next
down.
time we do one of these podcasts,
Oh,
write it down and we'll save it for that time.
John's gonna forget.
That's why
I
you
just-
write
I-
it down.
I literally just
You'll probably
forgot it.
lose the note.
Well, it's already gone, so it doesn't matter.
it's in the
It's gone.
universe somewhere. Good luck, universe.
Did
John
I say
has
Mary
to get.
Poppins? Mary Poppins is
Yeah.
classic.
Oh no, you haven't. John has
How
to get this
inebriated
amount of
is he?
drunk, so he
You
remembers.
were inebriated. Oh my God, Wizard of Oz is a musical. Duh.
God.
Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz sucks.
Uh,
No,
Okay, I
no,
think that's
Rotten
gonna do it
Tomato.
for us over here
Oh,
on Fat
jeez.
Peeps.
I think John drank too much.
Yeah, thanks.
It's
uh,
just starting to kick in too. Why do we gotta end it when it's just starting to kick in? Oh,
Maybe you should have
jeez.
started
Yeah.
at
Should have
noon.
pre-gamed earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pre-gaming, gaming some
You
stuff.
just start at noon
All right,
and you
uh,
edge yourself until 8 o'clock.
I don't think edging is what.
I don't think that means what you think.
No, I
I
know
don't
exactly what it means. I'm saying with alcohol though.
Thank you for listening, everybody.
Yeah,
thanks,
thank you,
thank
guys.
you
We'll
guys.
catch you
Let
next
us
week.
know.
How do you guys like this, dude? I love you guys.
Hello?
I love you guys so much. Oh,
I was
man.
just gonna say, let us know what you guys think about
Yeah, put it in the
doing,
comments.
podcasts like this.
Yeah, give us
Yeah.
feedback.
If you like
on
it, then
this
maybe
style
we'll
of
do more
podcast.
every once in a while.
Uh-huh.
and if you guys don't comment and let us know, then this will never come back ever again.
Ever
Exactly.
again.
Before we go,
no
remember we have a YouTube. You're probably on it listening to the podcast, although you might not be because the podcast is at other places too. Subscribe to the YouTube. Check out our content on there. We got Assassin's Creed's.
Awkward.
That might be gone for a while. We got other
That
stuff
might be
coming up.
on for a
Though.
while.
Oh
Um,
no.
Might go on
What do you guys
hiatus.
play? We got Child of Light
We
happening.
got Child of Light. We got the Call of Duty W's, and then
Call of
while Assassin's Creed is on
Wildlands?
hiatus, we're going to I said Call of Duty W's. God, John, clean your ears. And
They're clean.
no,
I think they're
No,
clean.
his ears
oh,
are
they're
drunk.
Okay.
Okay, come on. Call of Duty
So
Dubs.
while Assassin's Creed is on hiatus, we're probably gonna do some sort of group thing. So keep an eye out on
Oh,
that. I'm not
wow.
gonna say what game
It's gonna be
specifically,
a
but we have a
party
couple
game.
of ideas in mind.
I mean, why don't we just throw it out there? You know, it's gonna be Overcooked.
Oh, spoiler.
Possibly. I didn't want to
I
say
don't wanna play it.
specifically because I don't know. But anyhow, moving on. Yeah, and then
I'm
make sure you check
busy.
out John's
Hi,
stream.
Disney.
Monday, it's Wednesdays, Fridays. This week, what are you
Uh-huh.
gonna do tomorrow, John? Monday, or wait, 2 days ago.
Awkward because this is gonna be posted.
We're all
on Monday.
convoluted and tired right now.
we're recording this a little bit early, but it doesn't matter. So Monday is a game that will have happened.
It is a game.
Probably Subnautica, I'm guessing.
Wow.
Let's see if
Wednesday
we
will
predict
also
the
be a game.
future.
And
Wednesday, which is today,
Friday is also a game. So tune
is
in
2
to
days from
find
now.
out.
I guess we're not telling.
Tune
okay.
into John's stream
Yes.
for magical,
It's
random
just gonna be a
video game
surprise.
goodness.
Sounds fun.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be
You know,
fun.
these
So
days, you
just
It's all up
come.
in the air. You'll never know.
I think we're all drunk.
I'm not. I'm
I-
fine.
Yeah, I'm pretty fine over here.
You're drunk
So,
today. Golly.
Probably
Jeez, I
am.
gotta
And
pee
I'm
really
drinking
bad.
and I'm fine.
Oh,
Okay.
actually, going back
Oh.
to musicals, have you
Oh
guys
my
seen
God.
Eurovision Song Contest?
Oh
we
my
don't have
Pharaoh
it.
movie?
Oh, I
It's
keep
on
on
Joel,
Netflix.
We'll
that
talk-
was a good one. We
Okay.
can talk about this after
It's
though.
pretty
Yeah,
hilarious.
but
you
no,
guys should
you
watch
should-
it.
I should watch it.
Bring us your review next week.
Okay.
Anyway, thanks for listening, everybody.
Bye,
love
you
you.
guys.
Catch you next
Kisses.
time.
Bye.
Uh,
Go ahead, Timmy.
Uh,
Tell us what for.
Hello?
I love you.